Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 131 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Updates this account's progress every week. Go through all the character ships, mods, Datacrons, whatever I'm building, and talk about plans for the future, things that are going on in the game, and y'all can follow along. Please remember as we get started, use your like saber to get rid of that like button, slash it, cut it, slice it, dice it, hit it with force lightning, whatever you got to do, get that thing out of here. Our relic target is Old Ben for next week. So we got him almost done, but we just need a few of these links and we need a few of these med packs. So he'll be done easily next week and we'll start working on the Mandalorian. I've already locked down a couple pieces of gear on him. He'll be our next one. Speaking of which, we're trying to build a Mandalorian team to make sure that we've got something to do for this crate raid. And we get the Maul up to gear 11, but we can't quite get him to gear 12. We're missing some pieces here, comm links and whatnot. So I'm going to lock down everything else and make sure that whatever pieces we need, as I get those throughout the week, I'll make sure to lock that down on Maul. If we can get the Mandalorian done, then Maul done in short cycles, then we'll have a team for the crate raid. Here we take Aura Singh up to 7 stars. Can't quite get any more gear onto her, though. We're still missing some pieces. We got 32 million credits, or 31.8 million credits in the bank, so we can build a character this week. We're going to build Rooster. I call him that because his name is Sounds like what a rooster would say in the morning. We take him straight to gear 11. Some of these old characters just don't have very complicated gear. They don't need a bunch of Kairos and weird stuff, so he goes straight to 11. Get gear tier 9 on the Gamorrean Guard. We farmed up some shards here on 9th Sister. We get her to her 6th star. Malgus, I've been trying to find him in the shop. Here we go. I found him in the shop. We make one purchase, and that's the exactly one time that I found him in the shop so far. One purchase. But it proves that he's in there, so that's good, so we can work on getting Malgus. Working on mods, go through all the gray stuff. Remember, if you don't understand what I'm doing with these filters and everything, that's all in my Mod Mastery series. Just look up Loquitur Mod Mastery. You'll find all of those mod series, and I do explain all of what I'm doing here. This mod worked out really nicely. We got it to 6 dot blue. It didn't roll past 3 speed rolls, so it's going to be stuck there. This one, a potency cross with potency. The speed didn't work out like we wanted it to, but it's still a potency cross with potency, so we'll definitely be keeping that. I locked it. We got a couple here that we try and fail. This one we hit 6 speed, but it doesn't hit any more speed, so it ends up as a purple mod with 11 speed, and we'll park it there. This one hits 10 speed, doesn't hit anything else. This is a 3-speed mod, but it was a triangle with crit damage, so we wanted to give that a try. Didn't work out in our favor, though. Here we work through our blue and green mods, and we're going to take a chance at slicing this one. Starts out with 11 speed. We hit it with 5, and then it goes again with 6, and we're at 22 speed. That is a really solid mod. We go ahead and take that to 6 dots, and we're going to continue slicing it. And first roll, we hit 4 more speed for a 27 speed mod. Now, I don't know about y'all, but those don't come around very often, and I am really stoked to have gotten another big 27 speed mod in the account. Doesn't even matter what happens with the rest of these mods. I'm satisfied with the week's progress. So we got a couple good ones off of slicing the grays. Here we get to a 19 speed mod. We can't take it to 6 dots because we're out of those materials, but yeah, just stacking up the good mods this week. Crazy. We had better than usual statistics for sure. After working through the purples and golds, we have a couple potential mods here. Speed with a health main stat with speed substat could be good for somebody. This offense mod with 14 speed is, it's not great, but it is good enough to 6 dot. We take it to gold to see if we get another speed roll, and we don't. And we're out of slicing materials, so we pretty much have to stop there. Here we mod the Rooster, and we're just going to put speed mods on him and health mods. And we take him all the way up to 242 speed, which isn't bad for kind of, let's say, third tier mods. It was a bunch of purple stuff that didn't work out that had like 10 and 11 speed on it. Still makes a character pretty fast. We farmed up quite a bit of Datacron materials over the course of this conquest, so here we are working on Datacrons. You get that one to level 6. This one's getting accuracy, crit damage, it's kind of all over the place. We'll continue, we get protection and protection. So with 2 rolls in protection, I want to continue and see what else we get. And we get 2 more decent rolls on protection. So this particular mod, tons of protection. I like it when they line up on the same stat. That might be a mod we can use on Sith Eternal or somebody else. This one gets a lot of health steal, but I'm out of materials at this point. And I can have one more mod that I can take to the 3rd level, but we're just out of those materials to take it any further. But still, we're at 7 total Datacrons built for this first round. That's a lot. This Poggle Omicron has been good. I figure it's probably about time I go ahead and put that on. Even if I don't put my Geos on defense, I can still use them on offense. There's something that Poggle Omicron will be useful for. So we go ahead, slap that on, and that will make the 11th Omicron for the Darth Loquitur account. All right, let's take a look at stats. Week 131, we're at 6.16 million GP. I only added about 20,000. A few character upgrades in that Omicron, and that was it. 70 relics, 88 Zetas, 11 Omicrons now with that one added to Poggle. JMK is still getting us top 10 in Arena if we play. Profundity is getting us top placement in Fleet. GAC, we're placing Kyber 3. I've been bouncing back and forth between Kyber 3 and Kyber 4. This week I'm back up to Kyber 3. And of course we want to keep pushing that up to Kyber 2 and eventually Kyber 1 and just keep climbing. Project, as I said, is Old Ben for next week, but we are really close to Old Ben. We'll get that quickly, and maybe with any good statistics this week, maybe we can finish out Old Ben and the Mandalorian in the same week. That would be lovely, and get that Maul finished out and be in good shape from there. Energy for next week, we've got 000, BT1, Bastille of Fallen, Juhani, and the Inquisitors. In Fleet Energy, we got the TIE Defender and the Sith Fighter. Cantina Energy, we're going to do Signal Data and start farming Canderous Ordo. Mod Energy, I'm going to farm slicing materials all week. So we got really good statistics this week. More mods than normal kept hitting speed, and we ran ourselves out of slicing materials pretty much across the board. So in order to get, I like it so that when I get a really good mod that I have the materials to slice it. So I need to get caught up on a couple of those good ones. That 19 speed mod on 4 rolls is nice. I want to take that to 6 dots and keep slicing that. So we'll farm up slicing materials pretty much all week next week. We'll take a break from farming new mods and get caught up and get ahead on slicing materials. The refresh strategy is the same: 3 mod, 3 energy, 3 fleet, 3 cantina. I did go into extra mod refreshes for a while there, but after a few weeks of trying to get those extra mod refreshes, pretty much all I did was run myself out of crystals, and it wasn't very... I really like farming the extra mods and extra slicing materials, but I don't like being completely out of crystals, so we're going to have to save back up, put some in the bank. Probably got to buy some more bronzium wiring next time it comes around. I just never have enough of that. The 2023 planning, just a reminder, we're working on Jedi Knight Luke and his team. Old Ben is the last one for that team. Then we'll work on their mods, restructure that team. I'll probably drop my squad arena rating so that I can fight against some SLKR teams with this Jedi Knight Luke team. Make sure that I can kind of get down the strategy for beating the SLKR team, practice that. We're building those Mandos for the crate raid. Again, I wanted to build Fennec for that Lord Vader counter anyway. That's part of the Jabba journey. Mando was going to be part of the Fennec build. So it all comes together, and at the end of the day, we'll get the Mandos. Maul is a good character, and he'll be useful in Grand Arena. We'll be able to make a Mando team over there. So I feel good about that. We've got gas at Gear 12. Once we're done with the raid Mandos, we'll finish out gas. We'll get him relicked. Might take him to relic 8. I don't know. We'll see how my materials line up, but I want to take him to relic 8 someday. So if I could take him there right away, that'd be nice. Then we'll finish out that Fennec Lord Vader counter. At that point, we'll relic Fennec, and I think Grief Karga is the only other one that we need to relic for this account. So we'll get that team, and similarly, I'll look for some Lord Vaders in the squad arena to practice that counter. Then from there on out, it's pretty much Jabba all the way. And once we get Jabba, things get less clear. So I wanted Sana Staros team, Afra, JML, Starkiller, all this stuff. The new fleet's coming in, and probably by the time I'm done with Jabba, I'll be behind in fleet again, unless there's a counter to the new fleet that I can work out. So as you saw in the farming plan, I'm going to be working on Juhani, Bastila Fallen, Canderous, Carthanasi. We'll get that Darth Revan unlocked. We'll get Malgus in the account. We'll farm up the ships. So those will all be things that I do in the background while I'm working my way through this Jabba journey. So on the relic side, we'll be finishing up all the Jabba stuff. On the third tier farming for shards, we'll be getting Darth Revan, Malak, Malgus, and the ships all prepared whenever we know exactly what's needed. All right, so whatever happens after Jabba is still all up in the air. I'll put a question mark on everything there and just keep farming things to 7 stars, and we'll make a decision later on. So the quest for Malgus, as many times as I've opened up that shop and looked for him, I've found him once. Exactly once in the shop so far. So that's disappointing. But in my next conquest, I will save up my currency. I'll bank that currency so I can continue to buy Malgus. Depending on how many times I find him in the shop, how that goes, then that's also going to dictate whether or not I need to save up crystals to refresh Proving Grounds and get Malgus out of Proving Grounds. So it's all kind of yet to be seen how this is going to work out. But anyway, I have to get Malgus, get him unlocked, get him going, in case I need to get that fleet up and running. I don't plan on the fleet at the moment, but again, as things unfold, we will have to be prepared. It'll also mean that I have to go back to saving my Guild Event Token 1 again. I finished up with gas. I saved up for a long time, had enough for gas, got gas, and was looking forward to spending a bunch of that Get 1 to try to help me free up my problem that I'm having with those purple med packs for relicking characters, but just not going to work out. If we need Darth Revan, then we've already got Jedi Knight Revan. That means it makes sense to get Malak. And on the plus side, whenever I finish out Malak, my Get 1 will be available forever after, so that'll be nice. I can use that on gear. Double drop event coming up this week. So the way I'm going to approach it, you can save more days ahead of time, but basically what I'll do is on the 3rd, I normally do my refreshes right at the reset. So I won't do any refreshes at the reset. I'll spend energy throughout the day, and then I'll let it build up. So after I get my fleet placement for the day, I won't spend any energy. I'll let it max out. And then right before the reset time, I'll go in and I'll do my 3 refreshes for the 3rd. I'll stock up that energy. I'll let my reset happen, and then I'll have the refreshes again. And that'll basically, on that first day of double drops, it'll get me 4 days of farming for 2 days, saving up on the 3rd and working on 4th. So that's nice. I'll be able to farm up a bunch of Kairos, get a bunch of Bronzium wiring, the huge. So that's going to be pretty nice. Now, I do want to mention spending the hundreds. So just to be clear on the math and try to make this easy for everybody, I don't think it's that hard, but I'll explain it in my own terms. So if you normally spend 50 to farm a node, you get a certain amount of stuff. On double drops, you get twice as much. That's a logical conclusion. Everybody knows that. So if you think about it, if you then spend 100 crystals on the next set of refreshes, it just takes you back to normal. So if you would normally get a certain amount for 50 crystals, now when you spend 100, you get double drops for double the cost, which means you're back to exactly your normal economy. So you don't get a good deal out of the 100 refreshes, but it basically allows you to get 2 extra days worth of materials on that one day. So it's normal efficiency, but increased speed. It reduces your time. So if it normally would have taken you a week to farm up a certain amount of Kairos, you can instead every day that you do the 50s plus the 100s. The 50s will get you 2 days worth of farming. The 100s will get you another 2 days worth of farming. You can get 8 days of value in 2 days of double drops. So for people who have crystals to spend, think about it, consider it. If you want to spend the 100s, spend them. Now, I don't have the crystals to spend on my Loquitur account, but on my main account, when I was playing the Allura account and I was spending money for crystals, I definitely would have spent the 100s across the board on fleet, on regular energy, and on mod energy, and just taking advantage of the accelerated timing. So, not that it's a good deal, but it gets you more days worth of farming at the same price. So, if you've got the crystals, you can take advantage of that if you want to. So how about dropping the 200s on Cantina? Now, the same thing applies. The 200 cost refresh on the Cantina is equal to 2 times 100. So again, you're back to the normal. But 200 is a lot to spend on a single refresh, and I don't find that I'm ever so far behind on Cantina that I would look to do that. Anybody who would think to spend 200 on Cantina, just think that for 2 refreshes that cost you 400, you can instead go over to mods and spend the 100 cost refreshes on mods and accelerate your mod progress. Now, for anybody who thinks that I'm not serious about this, I'm dead serious. Don't spend it on Cantina, spend it on mods. If I wasn't serious, I wouldn't end every one of these videos with a graphic of Grandma Mod with her famous line, "Farm your mods." My grandma always used to say, "Farm your mods, boy." So get on in there and do the 100 cost refreshes on mods and make a Loquitur proud. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe if you want to watch more stuff like this in the future. And of course, as always, join us on the Discord. We've got a fantastic Discord community. The link is always in the description of the video down below. Just click on that. Join us over on Discord. There's a bunch of experienced players over there that'll be willing to help out any new players. Lots of discussions about account efficiency. Cool people. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next Holocron.